Lord Krishna describes how the soul within this material body can get liberated if he chooses. So let us understand. So Krishna says, Sarva karmani manasa sanyasyaste sukham vashi navadvare pure dehi naiva kurvanna karayan. When the embodied living being controls his nature and mentally renounces all actions, he resides happily in the city of 9 gates, the material body, neither working nor causing work to be done. So this material body is actually an instrument. It's like an yantra, it's like a vehicle, and there is a spirit soul inside this body. Along with the spirit soul, there is the Supreme Lord as Paramatma, the super soul. Because of one's own ignorance from time immemorial, one identifies with the material body and tries to increase bodily pleasures and decrease bodily pain. But when one comes to true knowledge that he is not this material body, he is spirit soul, part of the Supreme Lord, he can become aloof from the bodily actions and reactions. The actions and reactions we perform through this material body, it can be controlled by knowledge. So therefore, achieving transcendental knowledge from a spiritual master is very, very important. Spiritual master will teach true knowledge according to the Vedic scriptures, which is coming from the Supreme Lord Krishna himself. This is called confidential knowledge, because in this material world people don't want the Supreme Lord, they don't want to serve God. Therefore, true knowledge is confidential. Those who desire to achieve true knowledge, the Lord will make arrangements to meet a spiritual master. He gives facilities for associating with devotees. So those who fortunately come in touch with a spiritual master and understands that they are not this body, they are spirit soul, and spirit soul is part of the Supreme Lord Krishna, they can mentally renounce the results of all their actions and become free from the effects of pains and pleasures that we experience in this material world. So Krishna is telling, when the embodied living being controls his nature and mentally renounces all actions, he resides happily within the city of 9 gates. So this body is also compared to a city with 9 gates. So figuratively, Krishna is explaining that even though we are within this body, we can still remain happy by renouncing all the reactions of our own actions, and in that way we will, by renouncing the actions we perform using this body. This is possible only when we become devotees of Krishna. We have to learn the techniques of how to live in this body from an expert spiritual master. An expert spiritual master, he trains us how to think, how to work, how to live in this world, what to do, what not to do. So all that training is essential for us. Without undergoing training, without learning from an expert spiritual master, we will become thoroughly confused and will not be happy in this material world. Therefore, we have to search for a genuine, bona fide spiritual master. As I was explaining in the previous chapters, there are 4 sampradayas, 4 paramparas coming from Lord Krishna. We have to approach a spiritual master coming in one of the 4 paramparas. His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON, is coming in the parampara of Lord Brahma. So he is the Jagat Guru in Kali Yuga. So we can accept Srila Prabhupada as our Guru and understand the teachings given by him in his books, in his lectures, through his institutions created. And in this way, we can advance spiritually and learn how to live happily within this body. So further Krishna says, Na kartrutvam na karmani lokasya srajati prabhu na karma phala samyogam svabhavastu pravartate. The embodied spirit, master of the city of his body, does not create activities, nor does he induce people to act, nor does he create the fruits of action. All this is enacted by the modes of nature. So in the 7th chapter, Krishna, he describes how the spirit soul is a superior energy and matter is an inferior energy. So this material body is conducted by the modes of material nature, and it is only due to ignorance we think that I am this body. When we come to true knowledge and learn how to utilize this body for pleasing Krishna, we become free from the effects of the material energy. When we connect ourselves with the Supreme Lord through devotional service, we become free from the influence of material energy. Because bhakti is spiritual. Krishna is spiritual, spirit soul is spiritual, and the actions meant for pleasing Krishna, it is also spiritual. So when we perform spiritual activities with the material body, there is no material reaction. One becomes liberated. So therefore, one has to learn these techniques.